Okay, let's start chapter 9. Chapter 9, we will talk about corporation, and following that, I will talk about chapter 10. So far, any questions? If you have a computer, get online, go to irs.gov and retrieve 1120, phone number 1120, and that's corporation. We will go over that phone. Can you ask questions? Okay, corporation. Let's get a little bit refresh. Go back to our the very first class. If you remember, we talked about the tax entity, right? We have individual. Okay, we spend a lot of time cover individual taxation, and then we talk about corporation. When we talk about corporation, we mean C corporation, okay, and versus S corporation. Okay, C corporation eventually is a regular corporation. Okay, and the disadvantage for C corporation in terms of tax, that's double tax. Okay, double tax means C corporation every year usually is the third month. Okay, the third month, the 15th day of the third month after your tax year finish, you need to file the tax return. So if your corporation is a C corporation and your tax year is a calendar year, that means December 31st is the last day of the tax year. Then the filing day is not April 15th. Remember, it is March 15th. Okay. So let me give you one idea. If your corporation tax year finish on the last day of September, okay, remember my questions. If your tax year for your C corporation finish on the 30th September every year, okay, this is your tax year. So what is the last day you need to file your corporation tax return?
March 15.
Why?
It's 3 months.
September 30th.
Oh, September.
I'm sorry, September 30th. September. If I say December, I'm sorry. September 30th. Your tax year ending on September 30th. So when is the last day? You can file before that, but when is the last day for your C corporation to file your 1120?
December 15th.
Yeah, because this is October, November, the third month, December, 15th day of the third month. Got it? October, November, December. So December 15th. The third, not 3 months. Third month. Third. First, second, third, right? First, October, second, November, third, December. So the third month. So you can compare to December. If you are regular calendar year, December 31st. First month, January. Second month, February. Third month, March. So March 15th. March 15th is for the regular calendar year corporation, right? So you can change to any other. So for example, say your corporation, the last day for your taxation year is February 20th, or the last day of February. So when is the last day you need to file your 1120? You just count. March, April, May. March, April, May. May 15. You can file it before it. Okay. So we are talking about
May the 20th.
No, 15. Always 15. The third month, the middle, the 15th day of the third month. Got it? So it doesn't matter which month is your last month of the taxation year. You just count the third and the 15th day. All right? Okay. Okay, let me ask you. If okay, we will talk about this for chapter 10. I just going to mix together. Okay.
What? You say you have 3 months to file your return.
Yes. Eventually 2 months and a half. Let me put it this way. 2 months and a half.
But I mean, why every accountant asking for March 15?
Yeah, because that's assume your business is the regular calendar year.
End of December.
Yes, yes. I would say probably 80%, 90% business use the regular calendar year. It's easy to memorize. But if you corporation choose any other okay, let me ask you. Okay, let me
extension.
huh? Oh yeah. Corporation is like individual. You can always file extension. Okay, like individual, you can file extension to twice, right? 3 months, 3 months, and then probably if, for example, right now it's April 9 already, and you are supposed to file your individual tax return. This year is on the 18th, because April 15 is Friday. So right, am I right?
Yeah.
15 is on Friday, right? So eventually IRS can push everybody file it on Friday, but just for some reason IRS say, well, I'll give you 3 days more. I believe this is the way to encourage people file more tax return. I believe so. Otherwise, by law, everybody, you need to rush to your post office to file your tax return on Friday. But this year, just for some reason, IRS say it's okay. You just file your 1040 on Monday, April 18th, will be fine. But I believe a lot of people, I don't know how many, but I believe, okay, I feel so many people still cannot file tax return, so they just file extension. And extension eventually extend to October 15th, 6 months, twice 3 months. And IRS just say, well, it's okay, just give you 6 months to file extension. However, you need to remember, okay, so in order to answer Dr. Liu's questions, yes, for corporation, same thing. Okay, you have 2 months and a half to file your regular tax return, but for most of them, they're just too busy. They just cannot close the book for any reason. They can file tax return. Okay. However, I need to remind you, okay, it is very easy to file tax return. Eventually, for those CPA I know, okay, from this moment on, eventually from today on, they don't do any more tax return. They are all rush around for the tax extension. Because for the last week, for them to file the regular tax return is so busy and very easily to make error. Because it's too short. They are not dealing with only one person, right? They're dealing with so many customers. So I know for those CPA firms, they say from next Monday on, they don't file regular tax return. They only file for your extension. It makes sense because for the last few days they cannot prepare your tax returns. They just file. Even so, they're so busy. They will say, okay, after next Wednesday, they don't accept any tax extension anymore because they are doing a lot of tax extension. However, I want to say, you can file tax extension, right? It's easy, right? However, you cannot owe tax. A lot of people doesn't understand. They thought, I just filed tax extension, then I will just prepare my tax information and prepare my data, and then I file on October 15th. No, you need to pay your tax. You need to pay your tax. So the problem is, how do you know how much you owe to the IRS since you have not prepared your tax return? So that's kind of very, very strange thing. So probably you just need to figure out roughly how much money you owe to IRS. You just write a check and pay to. If you overpay, you get a credit or you get a refund next year. Got it? So filing, you can file the extension. However, you cannot owe tax. Hopefully, okay, hopefully for if you work W-2 salary income, you don't make any other income. Your tax should be very easy because every month you have your tax withholding by your employer. So normally you have overpay. So if you are W-2 salary income and then you cannot file on time, you just filed extension because there's no damage to IRS, right? If you file late, they just refund you late. Eventually they got benefit. So I just want to emphasize, you can file extension, but you cannot owe money to IRS. Okay? Otherwise, you'll get penalty.
How about